Hey everybody, welcome to the Suburban Stitcher podcast. My name is Diane and today is March 25th, 2016. This is episode 88, I think. I am obviously, as you can see, in a different locale today. I am in Louisiana at my parents' house, enjoying the outside. You can hear the fountain over to this side of me. They have a lovely outdoor space that has just been newly finished, and we are in town for the Easter weekend, and I am taking the opportunity to spend some time outside today. So you may see my dog running around the backyard. She's kind of in and out of sunbathing. So it's a little bit dark, it's a little bit different, I know. I'm hoping that the pretty scenery behind me will make up for that. And then I will maybe take some video and some pictures of the space and show that at the end. So I hope y'all are well. I brought just a bunch of things that I've been working on and I would like to show you. First, I feel like I'm purloining a segment from Chelsea and Sue. Hi, I have no idea if you watch my podcast, but I have an emergency snack. And it's half eaten, so it really is in the style of Chelsea and Sue. I have a yummy half-eaten pedophore, and it is from a gluten and allergy-free bakery that it's actually a friend of mine from high school opened up with her husband in our hometown. And this weekend also Easter, but it's also a big, huge kind of family reunion where we're celebrating lots of us that have birthdays in March and April, all within really about a week and a half of each other. So my birthday is next Thursday, March 31st, and I have cousins with birthdays March 28th, 29th. My mom's birthday was at the beginning of March. My dad's birthday is April 4th. My nephew's birthday is tomorrow, the 26th. So it is just a weekend full of birthdays and fun and family. So, and crawfish. Yummy food. So, let's go ahead and get to the knitting. I do have a finished object. I didn't bring it. It's at home. I finished my Zombody Go Bra socks, and I'll put a picture in here so you can see them, but they are lovely. I am really excited about them. I finished them a couple of days ago, so that's 3 months of the Desert Vista Dye Works for this year, which makes, I'm going to say, at least 15 months in a row, because I did all last year plus 3 months. But I really think that I finished some maybe in November and December, even before it officially started. So I have done a lot of Desert Vista Dye Works socks. That's 15 pair in a row for sure. So that is finished. The next several things, it's just going to be a parade of things that I've been working on, and there are quite a few of them. I have been working on my blanket squares. This is my larger mitered square blanket. It's actually getting like heavy and I can fold it now. I have put 2 more squares on since you last saw it. Let's see. Oh yeah, that color isn't too bad. So I put this square on. Oh, and I will say these are all still Desert Vista Dye Works yarns because I have quite a few to work from. So this one is new. I think this is one of the 12 Days of Christmas ones. And it has some stellina. And then this was the leftover of the Zombody Go Bra. So I put those in. Yeah. Here's the color. Overall, this is sort of, oh, I'm showing you the back. Not that it probably really matters, but. So I have kind of 12 squares right there, and then I'm starting this column. So it's going well. I worked on that mostly yesterday in the car because it was mindless and I didn't really have to think about it too much. And when it got dark, I could still work on it. So I still have about, I would say maybe 8 or 10 minis in here, some that I've used, some that were gifts to me, and I know I have more in my stash because I haven't pulled all of my yarns that I knit with from last year. Another work in progress And this is in a bag that I am made myself. I love it. This was like a little birthday gift to myself because it's out of some pretty special fabric, right? I tried out a new interfacing, so that's why I say I'm testing it out, because I'm trying it to see if I like it. And so far I do. And the size is a little bit different, but again, I like the size. So I am knitting the Romy Hill 2016 mystery shawl. So if you don't want to see it, I will wave my hands or something when I'm done. Okay, so I'm knitting it. It's a 2-color shawl, fingering slash sport weight. You can use either, and I'm using fingering weight because that's what I have the most of in my stash. This first yarn is Fiber Story. The colorway is Heirloom, and this is the Fave Sock, which is a 100% superwash merino. And it's this really pretty mauve color. And so I have done clue 1. Very unique construction and layout. So that is actually the front. It looks like it's, sort of reversed, but the reverse stockinette side is what you'll see. And it's got these really pretty little textured stitches. There you go. And then with this eyelet edge, you actually started here, knit up, did all that, and then used an I-cord bind off up here, like on the reverse side. So I really, learned a lot of new things with this one. And then we have picked up for the next clue. The next clue came out today. It uses the main color, or color 1. It also starts using color 2. So here's my 2 colors together. Let's see if I can get, I don't know if I have a good shot of this together, but this one is Anzula Cloud. It is a 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon, and it's 575 yards. It's really, really soft, and it's sort of just a kind of a grayish, beigey brown color. Which color is really not very wonderful right here. Sorry about that. But I'm enjoying the knit so far. So clue 2 came out today. I may or may not even have any time to work on it this weekend, but I had to bring it. So the next thing that I have been working on quite a bit is my shawl that is called Pure Joy. It is a test knit for Pohi Locatelli, and this is the one that I'm knitting out of Hedgehog and also another Fiber Story yarn. Similar color, but this is the Hedgehog, so you can tell this is getting very small. And here's the Fiber Story. It's another beigey, gray, dark, smoky color. And I am on the last section that will use the Hedgehog. And it's going really well. I knit on this a little bit yesterday, a little bit in the car, but mostly on my blanket squares. So you can see, whoop. So there's kind of the top center. I've showed this before. This is the part where these lines sort of originate. And then you can see as the wedges get bigger and bigger. So this is an asymmetrical, yeah, that looks like, and you can see through, yeah, you can see how the stripes really are like little eyelet sections right there. That's a good view of that. So I am on the last section that has the Hedgehog. I'm about halfway through with that section. So it's going quite well. I have to have this finished by the end of the month, so this weekend and next weekend, and then it will need to be done. And that should be no issue whatsoever. I have been working on my blueberry waffle socks. And these I am knitting out of O-Loops yarn, out of the Titania colorway that I got last year. So yeah, that you can really see the texture there. There we go. Oh yeah, there's some color. Things are showing up well right there. I've got my Sucra Miniatures stitch marker. I'm knitting these obviously toe up. Here I did a fish lips kiss heel. Really, there must be a dog back there. Sophie, Sophie, come here. I guess they're just going to talk at each other through the fence. So I have the fish lips kiss heel, and now I'm knitting up the leg. I haven't decided how tall I'm going to make these, but I'm really happy with the texture so far. It fits really nicely, and it's super soft. It makes them super duper squishy. So yeah, there you go. That holding it up a little better, that helps. So that is something else I've been working on. I feel like I've just had so many things that I've been working on, none of which are getting any major attention, just lots of little 1 day, 2 day bits of attention. Let's see, what else do I have in this bag? I just threw a bunch of stuff in here. Oh yes, this is my blanket, my mitered square blanket that is with my little girly colors. And okay, yes, let's see where I left off. I knit this square on here. So this is my ones that's pink and purples and light colors. I had these 4 already. So this one is new. This is a, I don't know if that's going to be any better. It's a cakewalk yarn in Sudden Valley that I started a Stephen West shawl out of it 4 years ago, and didn't finish it because I didn't like it. So I ripped it out, and I've just had it caked up really ever since. And since I ripped it out of the shawl, there were some bits that were curly and, you know, just little bits and bobs. And so I used some of that to make this. And then I have started the next little color, which is a Knit Picks, one of the speckles. I can't remember which one. I don't think it's in here anymore, but this was gifted to me as part of the Valentine's Day swap that a lot of the podcasters did. So just a little bit on that. I should probably just really go ahead and finish that. And I'm using the lovely little stitch marker from One Geek to Craft Them All, the little beaded, jeweled stitch marker, and I put the purple one on there because it seemed to go the best with all of the yarn that I'm knitting with. So, and I've got a bag full of pretty pastel girly yarn, so that'll be fun. And I think that's really it as far as what I have worked on this week. One thing that I do want to show, and I just sort of a little preview, and I'm going to do a better review next time, is I guess so this is sort of skating into Hello Lovelies. I have some other things at home I didn't bring here, but I will show them next time. Is I did get a copy, I'm so excited about this. I got a copy of the brand new book that has been published by Denise Bell and Chris Dykes. They are of Lost City Knits fame, and they have just published a book called Ultima Thule? Ultima Thule? I'm quite sure I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But it is a beautiful book full of knitting lace patterns, all inspired by the Shetland Islands, and stories of people and photography from the Shetland Islands. So here's an example. I love the photography. And did all of it. So Denise designed the patterns and knit the patterns, and Chris wrote the essays about the islands and the photography, and it was just amazing. And I have read little bits and pieces of it, and it's just been so neat to sit and learn these little stories from the people from this area. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. So I think that's going to be it for me sitting out here and just kind of showing you what I'm working on. Sorry, my phone just keeps sort of beeping at me. I have some lovely things at home that I will show you. I also will do my drawings for the 2 pattern giveaways. I will do those when I get home. And I might, this just may be an episode that goes up early next week, and I have little bits and pieces and videos and pictures and things sort of interspersed in this one, which I think, will be something fun. I do also want to remind everybody that next week, on Thursday, actually I'm driving up on my birthday. Sorry, I keep shaking y'all. I'm driving up to Dallas on my birthday, and I will be there for the DFW Fiber Fest. I am in the mustache booth. So Stacy kindly, again, is allowing me to crash her party and hang out with her. I am just so excited, as always. This is probably my favorite festival that I go to every year. I absolutely love it. And it's always extra special because it's usually right around my birthday. So this year, on my birthday, I'll be driving up and be getting to pet all of the yarn and set up and have just a great time. And then April 1st through the 3rd, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, is the actual festival. So please come out to the booth, come say hello to me, and support Stacy. And I will also have some bags to sell there. I will have bags. I will have lots of my new little whip minders. Do I have one here? I totally should. It should not be. Oh, one of these days I'm going to be organized and have all my stuff together. I'm not. I will have whip minders. I will have bags, drawstring and zippered. I will have stitch markers. That is something new. I will have beaded stitch markers, so the kind that have the ring with the little bead that stays in one place on there. So perfect for lace and shawls. I will also have some locking, like pin stitch markers. They're the kind that are the shape of a gourd or a light bulb. I will have some of those. They're not embellished. They're just ready to go. You can use them as safety pins. You can use them as progress keepers. You can use them as stitch markers. They're sort of an all-in-one, very versatile thing, and I really like those. So I will have that. There will, of course, be Stacy's beautiful self-striping sock yarn, and I think she has some other goodies planned for everybody, so please come out and say hello. I can't wait to just say hi to all of you who are coming. It's going to be a great weekend. So I think that just about does it for me today. And like I said, you've either seen videos already, or I will be putting them in here at the end. But I think that's it. So until next time, which will be after DFW, I am quite sure. I hope y'all have a great day. And I'll see you again. Bye, guys. Hey, everybody. So this is sort of part 2. I'm going to edit this in. This is almost a week later after my first part of this episode, but I've been out of town. I've been prepping for DFW that I leave for tomorrow. So yeah, so I just wanted to sort of fill in the blanks. Got this weird, my light does this like shine down thing. So sorry. So anyway, I am sort of in between getting ready for work. I'm about to leave for work because I've got to get some things finished up before I'm out of town for a few days. Getting all of my last minute sewing. Why I do this to myself, I don't know. I have everything done and then I think, oh my gosh, I could just sew X number more, which is ridiculously stupid. Anyway, so I think that the things that I wanted to show, I mentioned earlier that I had finished my Desert Vista Dye Works socks, so I just wanted to show those to you. The other one dropped. I'm not going to get it. So here they are. I have 2 finished socks. They are a little bit shorter, as I talked about on my last episode, but they are done. So these are the Zombody Go Bra colorway, and they can go right into, I've got so many things. Oh my gosh. I am sort of unofficially participating in the Box of Socks Cal. So I bought a big box because I knit a lot of socks in a year. So this was at Hobby Lobby. I was there a couple of weeks ago and saw this just as I was walking down an aisle, and I thought, oh my gosh, that would be perfect. And I love it. And, you know, after this, it's just a really pretty storage box that kind of looks like me and will go in my sewing room nicely. So there are a few pair that are not in here because they've been worn and they're actually hanging up to dry because we are pretty much well past sock weather here in Texas. This year was an unfortunately short season for wool socks. Sometimes I wear them in the house throughout the year, but a lot of times I just really don't because it's hot and I'm wearing flip-flops. So anyway, so here you can see it's a very happy, bright box so far. I have one, this was my January, February, and March up here, Desert Vista Dye Works. I've also finished my mustache yarn. This was Kama Sutra. I finished my Kirby Werby Grandpa socks. I finished that are drying. I have the O-Loops, the After the Storm, and the Stormy Skies socks that was part of the Rainbow Along. And I also finished my Mermaid Rainbow socks. So I've done quite well. I think that's 7 pairs of socks so far. So that's at least 2 per month. So it's kind of my goal. I want to knit at least 24 pairs of socks this year. I really need to get going on knitting some for the boys. So I'm thinking that my April Desert Vista socks might be something for either my husband or one of my kids. So that is that. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is some of these lovely things in Hello Lovelies that I've been receiving. And I sort of put this in here with the little tissue paper, like a little present, because it was a present. I did a little swap with Kate of Hello Knitty, and she spoiled me. Oh my gosh, just so amazing. She and I have very similar, I would say, aesthetic as far as the dyers and designers and things that we like to knit with. And so when she asked me if we wanted to swap, I said yes, because I knew that it would be something that I would really enjoy, selfishly. And I love that all of these, I don't know. So I just love every bit of it. They're very me. And anyway, so this is Desert Vista Dye Works, Hurley's Jazz Hands. So this will be perfect for my blanket. This one is Lammy Toes, which is a dyer that I have several skeins of. I haven't knit with because I'm sort of hoarding them because I love them so much. It's experiment number 12. But this will be perfect for a blanket. All of these will be. This is Sunshine Yarns in the Cupcake colorway. So some pretty rainbow speckles. This is Moon Rover. This is Countess Ablaze in the This Ain't a Scene colorway, which is super fun. I've always wanted to try her yarn. So this is a great way to try it. Really exciting. And then this one is Cephalopod, which is no longer dying, so that's extra special. Cephalopod yarn, Skinny Bugga, in the Flamboyant Cuttlefish colorway. And she sent along in her note that this yarn is what she used to knit herself a pair of socks in my first ever rainbow along. So 2 years ago, but 3 rainbow alongs ago. So I just thought that was lovely. And then she sent all sorts of just lovely, lovely little things. Some gum, cake pop flavored gum, some watermelon chapstick, a pencil that is very Diane, as it is a light mauvey pink, some sunflower seeds, which my kids are super excited about, a face mask, lavender face mask, a little cross-stitch card kit, which looks so amazing, and some sweet little note cards that say hello. And it's always great to have note cards and notepads and things, especially since we tend to do all these swaps, right? So that was super fun. I opened that, is it yesterday, I think, which was fun. My birthday is tomorrow, and I, of course, as everybody does, loves to extend that celebrating as long as possible. So it was extra fun to receive that swap. I'm sending her some things. She is being very patient, thankfully, because I have just been up to my eyeballs in prep for, I already feel like I'm almost going hoarse, up to my eyeballs in prep for DFW and just lots of things. So I have some other lovely things to show you. I'm going to show you a few, and then I just have so many things that have come in, between things that I've purchased, things that have been gifted to me, and I'm just going to show you a few every week, and that's going to include the DFW things that I have no doubt will be coming later. So I had to get this little mini set kit from Loops. There are a lot of their new colors that are in their shop right now. The little mini skeins, and these were just perfectly, they all looked like me. They're speckled with lights and pinks. This gorgeous blue in the middle reminds me of like bluebonnet season right now in Texas. So I just loved them. So that is from Loops. So I purchased that. I wanted to try some Hugh Loco yarn. I have watched her podcast a few times, and I'm sorry I can't remember your name. Sorry, I can't remember. But so I purchased one skein of Hugh Loco. This is on her Phyllis sock, which is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. It's 400 yards. It will be perfect for socks. It might be a shawl. What it will most definitely be is a square in one of my blankets. I have almost caked it up several times just to knit it into the blanket. So this I'm very excited about. I love the sort of tonal speckles. The colorway is called Frolic, and I really enjoy it. So that will be fun to try. And then the last thing that I want to show you this week is I was entered into one of those contests on Instagram where you you tag your friend and whatever. Well, and I'm so sorry. I am just completely blanking. I want to say it was Third Cookie on Instagram. And if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but I don't have my notes that I wrote down right in front of me. But she entered me into, I think it was the 20,000 follower giveaway for Plucky Knitter on Instagram, and we won. So she won a skein, I'm assuming, and I won a skein. And Y'all, this is amazing. So they sent this sweet little drawstring bag, which Happy Go Plucky, just super cute. As you can see, I have somewhat of a tote bag obsession. And they sent a skein of this yarn, which is the Plucky Knitter. The base is Cashmere Aran. It is 100% fine cashmere. The colorway is called In a Pickle, and it's a beautiful pickly green. A little more foresty, not too limey pickly, but you know, it's got a little bit of that down here, but then there's this gorgeous darker tones up here. Really, really pretty. It is so soft. Like, I can't even. I have no idea what I'm going to make with it. I will probably pet it for a while. I have several other things here, but like I said, I'm going to save those for another time to show you because I want to very quickly show you the last few things that I have been making for DFW. And I've put some of these on Instagram, but I just want to put them here because I am going to try to get this uploaded today. I have made some typewriter bags. So these are with the colored typewriters. They kind of all have, you know, different placements and colors on them. But the bottom accent has these type keys as well as the pull. And then the inside has the type print. So there will be several of those. I'm hoping to make a few more today to have more to bring. I think I showed y'all these last time, the blue bonnets. Oh, that's right. I have some of these. These are so cute. And there's a couple of different zipper colorways on several bags, but I just tried to match as best as possible. These are some winter woodland. Not winter, I would say spring woodland because of the colors, but there's foxes and owls, little bear, little bunny, and then I love these motifs. And they have the coordinating pull right here. And then the lining is also super sweet. It's got little acorns and so super cute. So there will be several of those. There will be this bag, which is a light blue with a daisy and then a little bunny, and then almost like magnolia looking flowers in between. I just really thought this was nice and springy. And then the lining on this one is the same as the other one, but just in the matching sort of periwinkle blue and light blue colors. So those will be there. I will have some rainbow bags for sale. If you did not get the pre-order, then there will be some of these. And I think all of the other varieties of bags I showed. I will have drawstring bags as well available in some other fabrics, but they're sort of buried, so I won't show them to you. But those are a lot of what I will be bringing. Needle cases, I showed those last time. I am calling them whip minders. So like here's a blue bonnet one. Here is a sort of Amy Butler fabric, along with others. And then the last new little item that I will be having is two things. I will be selling stitch markers, two different kinds. So I have this kind. Let me take this out. This is probably like one of my favorite tools. It is a locking stitch marker, sort of shaped like a light bulb or a gourd, depending on how you look at it. But so there are like a safety pin. So it opens like this. You can use it as a row counter, you can use it as a progress keeper, you can use it as a stitch marker because it's very thin, so it would be great for lace or for things where you don't want to have a big, it's not very wide, so it doesn't leave like a gap when you're knitting. It really can be used for anything. So I will have these packaged up and available for sale. And then the other kind of stitch marker that I will have, not very many of, because I did not get a chance to make as many of these as I would have liked, but the small little beaded rings. So I don't know if you can see those, but they're just on little clear beads on a ring. These fit up to like a size US 7 needle. So great for lace, great for all sorts of things. So that is what I am bringing. I'm really excited about adding stitch markers to the shop. I'm really excited about adding the whip minders as well. On a sort of shop business note, I did want to say that I have mailed out all asterisk 90% of the rainbow bag pre-orders are already in the mail as of last week. Sorry, the trash truck is picking up on our street, so I'm so sorry if you can hear that noise. They have gone out in the mail, and with the exception of a couple of people ordered that bag and the Suburban Prairie bag, so those will all get mailed together, as well as a couple of ladies who ordered the rainbow bag, but well after kind of the first rush. So I'm trying to do things in, the order that things were purchased and get them mailed out, just out of respect for the order that you purchased them in. So, yeah, so that is that. So that is it for, as far as the rainbow bag pre-orders. The Suburban Prairie bags will be mailed. I will work on those next week when I get back from DFW, and then those will get shipped out. So they will still be well in advance of the pre-order timeline. I think that is it for, I am going to draw the winners of the 2 patterns giveaways that we've had, the 2 giveaway threads. I'm going to lock those today, and I will draw those offline and just notify you that you have won. I do want to thank everybody who has participated and everyone who has entered. So I'm going to splice all this together now, or at some point today, and then get everything uploaded. I hope that you have a lovely week. I am headed to DFW tomorrow, and then I will be gone all weekend, and I will see you back next week, same time, same place-ish. Same place for sure, not necessarily the same time. So yeah. All right, that is it. Y'all have a lovely week, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.